Seminole State family. Welcome to Research Rally Live. We are faculty librarians at Seminole State College of Florida. I'm Nicole.
I'm Jason.
Hi, I'm Russ.
And we want to spend the next 30 minutes doing research with you. We're about to search, sift, sort, and suss our way through several sources. As always, we want to hear from you in the chat, especially if you're doing research today. But before we get into that, we're going to find out what's going on at Seminole State, a special little thing that I did not queue up. We're running a little bit late. We are busy bees, busy librarians.
What? We are?
Yeah, we are. Oh, wrong video type. No, I saved it as MP3, MP4.
This is Nicole arguing with the computer, guys.
All right, here's our friend Andrea.
Hey everyone, Andrea here. I am standing in the Bio Mock Lab at the Academic Success Center on Sanford Lake Mary campus, and I wanted to just share with you a little bit about what the Bio Mock Lab is. So biology students, if you're in Bio 1, you can come into any of the Academic Success Centers, either Altamont, Oviedo, or Sanford Lake Mary, and you can work on your practical skills in the Mock Lab anytime the ASC is open. Special times of year though, which is happening in the next couple weeks, February 24th, the Bio Mock Lab 1 and 2 will be open at all of the campuses. So this is a time where they have all of the practical skills set up with the microscopes and all different types of models like you'll see in the back here. And that's when you can work on these skills and these problems that are going to be on your practical exams. So February 24th through the beginning of March at all 3 campuses, come on in and you'll see the Bio Mock Lab 1 and 2 set up. But other than that, you can stop by any time and just check out the Bio Mock Lab 1, especially here at the Sanford Lake Mary campus, and just take a look at what skills are available.
Bye, Andrea. All right, thanks. And Andrea, she'll be plugging those types of events, in addition to if you could go check out the Academic Success Center website. But we are followable on @NerdbirdSSC on Instagram and also Facebook. So, you know, you can get reminders of those things that are going on to help you with your studies in a fun way. Jason, we have some members of the channel. No, we don't have channel membership. No, this is a nonprofit educational public institution. But who's out there today, Jason?
Well, Nicole, it says 4 eyeballs, so that means 765,542,465,575 and 4 are watching. Back to you, Nicole.
And what are they saying out there? I see you got some comments. Shouting out the professors.
Yes, okay. The streets are shouting out the professors. Everybody's saying what's up to the profs. Who do we have here? Fabiola, Brenna, Lauren. Brenna's there again. Who else do we have? There was somebody else. Lauren. I think that was it. Oh, and all the other 18 trillion, 475 billion, just a million.
It's already been a long week. It's only Wednesday, but already been a long week, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so researching a topic like we do every Wednesday, and like we're librarians. This is what we do day in and day out. Everyone can do their own research, and everyone does do research every day, especially now that we have the internets right in our pocket. But we're information professionals. That's our profession. So if you want to get some research done, maybe better, faster, easier, get some new, fresh ideas, talking to a librarian such as one of us is the perfect way to do that. So
did you guys hear that ding? That was a live chat. That means a student is chatting Ross Martin right now.
We are such busy bees. So
what's our prompt? Does the court of public opinion prevent justice?
Let us know if you've heard of like the court of public opinion. I feel like we've all like heard our parents or grown-ups say it.
Yeah, put in the chat Y or N. Is it a court of public opinion? Is somebody guilty before they even go to court, basically? Or in the eyes of society, are we automatically saying no, boo, or yay?
Yeah. And I was like, I came up with this topic because I'm like, I'm in that Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, It Ends With Us rabbit hole. Right now I'm stuck there. I'm trying to climb out. I just think it's fascinating. There's so many, besides like, and admittedly, it's about some of the pettiness, the he said, she said type of stuff. But this is playing out publicly. And so they're suing each other, basically. This is like the really quick and dirty rundown. They're suing each other for defamation, slander, maybe some financial losses because they're both involved with the same movie production. but like on the one side, Justin Baldoni, his lawyer, put up a website that is publishing like the evidence, like receipts, text messages, emails about the drama that they're suing each other over. And so to me, I'm like, well, that's evidence that presumably if they can prove that it's authoritative, like it is like viable, I guess they have to go into the metadata to see, are these really texts from this number? And is this number really this person that's being sued? But they're going to use it in a court. And so like, but the public is getting to see that evidence and talk about it. I just thought that was kind of fascinating from a sociological perspective. Okay, Lauren B. Yes, we've seen it all over social media. And then of course it has to do with Taylor Swift got dragged into it. So, you know, it's like everywhere. And again, besides the pettiness aside, that I think we're all drawn to pettiness to some point because it's like human nature, you know. But I think especially if we wanted to transform this into a paper topic or an assignment topic, we would have to, you know, how can we dress it up in an academic way? I would say when I came up with this topic, honestly, I kind of worked backwards. I went to the databases, and I'm going to pull up my screen share in a second.
Let's see it.
I searched to see if court of public opinion was even in the library databases.
That'd be a good thing to research automatically. Maybe it's even in the Webster's Dictionary or something like that. Does everybody know? Is that layman's terms? Does everyone know what the court of public opinion is? I'd probably want to start there. But that's our hypothetical research question for today, folks. We are all in this class, if you will, air quotes, for the next few minutes. And we are all working on the same prompt. Does the court of public opinion prevent justice?
And that's the whole nother thing, right? Because what are we talking about? Prevent justice? I mean, I don't know. This seems like a big topic. Like, how could I prove that people talking about a court case or people that might have done something wrong, how can I prove that it prevents justice for an individual or someone that's being sued? I might have to go to some really specific examples that might display that, or again, it'd be argument. But anyway, okay, before we get to that, so library website, I went to databases. There's a couple different ways to get into databases, but this one's easy peasy. Oh, by the way, no, I'm sorry. Scratch that.
Uh-oh. She's fighting with the computer again, folks.
If you want to go into the databases, you have to make sure that whatever computer you're on, that you're logged in with your Seminole State ID, okay? Your Seminole State credentials, same thing you log into Canvas with. If the browser is still like not letting you into articles, one hack is to click on the yellow search button and make sure you're signed in right here with your single sign-on. And then if you want to go straight to the list of databases, we can do a search here. Let me search here. I can search it. Again, we're kind of going to the same place, but court of public opinion, but different ways. So.
And go ahead, students, see if you can follow us here, seminolestate.edu/library, and see if you can put that in. So we're putting in court of public opinion. It looks like we have, are we doing quotes? You're doing quotes?
Before I even declare to my professor that this is my topic, I'm going to be like, you know what? Let me see what I can find on this. Okay. I did quotations, so it would search the phrase, like, and not search every article with court and every article with public and every article with opinion or book and all that stuff. Okay, blah, 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 public relations, digital media. Ooh, that's a new book. So it's going to, you know, you have to be careful. Some stuff about this topic, about social media, is from like 10 years ago, which, you know, pay attention to dates for sure. Digital media, denunciation and shaming, the court of public opinion. Okay, so these are some books. Maybe if my professor told me I needed peer-reviewed articles.
That looks pretty good. Yeah, that book looks pretty good.
Public perception of business involvement in human rights violations.
Nah, I like that book.
For prevent justice. Again, I'm going back to my original question. Are the sources I'm seeing, are they related to or seem to be answering that original question? Ross, when you said you hadn't heard about all this drama, the whole "it ends with us" drama.
I still haven't heard about it because I'm working on this chat question. So I don't know much about it.
Ross, what's just like out of curiosity, what's the chat question that's going on right now?
I'm trying to help them figure out what the publication of this particular journal is, but it's a journal they found in Google Scholar. So I'm having to hunt around Google Scholar to find what they're looking at because they can't find it again. So it's a fun puzzle.
So keep in mind, everyone, you have 24/7 chat. We have a librarian available for you at all times, every second of need. And you can use that at seminolestate.edu/library. But Nicole, if you go back to your search results, and let's just say we needed there's the URL. If we needed something, I think number 4 looks pretty good. And that's going to be a book, an ebook, because the word shaming in there is something that I think ties in. And let me know in the chat, students, if you're on the same wavelength there. We really are, when we're saying somebody's guilty, and you can throw a stone at any Hollywood celebrity, music mogul, sports person, right? There's going to be a bunch of people and you're like, oh, they did that. Oh, I'm not messing with them anymore. Oh, I'm not watching their team anymore. That there's a shame there, right? Are we ashamed of them when we burn their jerseys? When we tear their posters down from the walls, when we boycott tickets? Are we feeling shame for what they did because we felt associated with them, right? Oh, I don't listen to them anymore. Oh, no, I don't. Or is it we're just assuming they're guilty because the onslaught of the media on the socials, the nightly news, the newspapers is so overwhelming that we just go, oh, bro, he did it. Oh, she did it. Oh, she's guilty. Like, look at her. Look at the... My phone's blowing up. It's right now. Hold on. It's Hollywood. They're calling me. Hold on.
Is it your agent or your mom?
Yeah, it's my agent or my mom, which is sometimes both. Hold on.
All right. So, I think it's important to...
Right, though, with shame, isn't that kind of where it is? Like, we don't want to be associated with somebody who might have committed a crime or done something where justice should be imposed. Like, we're just like, oh, no, that's not my guy. Oh, you used to like them. And you're like, oh, I watched them in a movie like 7 years ago. Like, I don't want anything to do with them. Because we feel shame. We don't want to be associated with that person who hasn't even gone on trial yet. There's not even a trial date set. So anyway, that's what I was thinking about with the shame. Hey, quit calling me.
Oh, my gosh. So one of the things, I was like looking at videos. These are some journalists, some credentialed journalists that were a panel assembled by Duke University School of Law. This is a panel that took place in 2007. So for context, but I listened to more than half of this video. It's about like an hour long. And they're talking about how like there is specific standards in like the journalism field, and when you talk about the court of public opinion, it's usually people putting out information that aren't journalists, that aren't going by those standards. So they were like deliberating about how that affects how the information is presented in the public, because if it's not by journalists, because they reference in this video, they reference like the blogosphere, which now right. 2007, maybe we're talking more about like more social media apps that didn't even exist in 2007.
So maybe podcasters now. I mean, they let podcasters into the White House briefing room now.
Exactly. So just thinking about how the court of public opinion, the information, it's more information from different sources presented by people that don't necessarily have a professional affiliation that might help them present it more responsibly, and they were just like tussling with that that aspect of it, and how that affects how the public views events. This young gentleman was referencing the O.J. Simpson trial, which I think is before a lot of our viewers' times, but
which is another big one, even though it happened, Nicole. That's the same thing. Did he do it? Did he not do it? And everyone has an opinion, and nobody's a lawyer, and the trial wasn't even set yet.
You don't know the whole context.
Correct.
You usually can't know the whole context. Like I said, I'm still in this Justin Blakely Lively rabbit hole, and there's so much to know about it that I don't even actually want to know everything about it.
But which side are you on, Nicole? The streets want to know. The streets want to know.
It's looking like, and
students in the chat, which side are you on? You got to pick a side.
I'm Team Justin because, well,
now see, even that, because so we have to pick. We don't have to, but we pick teams. That's what we do.
We do.
We're in society. We pick teams. That's the way it happens. We pick a favorite sports team. We pick a whatever. Who is happy that the Kansas City Chiefs didn't win because they wanted to see Taylor Swift get booed at the concert? Many people wanted them to win. So you either pick a team or you pick the other team. There's only two teams.
Because of the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively drama? That's my question. Or were they booing her because, haha, your boyfriend's team is losing? Like,
it's the latter. It's the latter. Because that guy's on too many commercials, and that team, everybody from that team is on too many commercials, and they forgot about the main thing, which is football. The court of public opinion, the power.
The underdog tends to get popularity. Anyway, so, if I Googled it too, I mean, you can't always use just a random website for a source, for a paper. Maybe your professor is like only database articles. But of course, I Googled like court of public opinion in the digital age. That's just like one of the searches I did. Yeah, you can find a bunch of articles on it. And what I did is I looked at some of these different websites. And yes, some of them are like from a law school. Those got very detailed. So I was like, I don't even understand what this is saying. But bottom line, you want to do more research than what you actually need to use on your paper, like just to get a big picture of your topic. So that's, what I did on Google. And but going back into this little list here, if I want to open this book, I'm going to click on the title. And I am going to click on whatever link is under view online or full text. And unlike a book that's printed on paper, which I might want to choose to read for leisure reading, maybe more often, if I'm looking at a book for academic use, I probably don't have time to read the whole thing. And I probably don't need to read the whole entire book because it's going to be like a really wide angle of the topic. So I can sift through the table of contents and find find the chapters that may be more useful to me for my particular research need. So if I want to talk about justice, law, something in that vein,
right.
Blah, 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 who runs...
And even in the title, denunciation, I just looked it up, Merriam-Webster.com, established in 1828. How's that for credibility? But it's a public condemnation. So again, immediately cancel culture, you see all this stuff, shame. The person is immediately guilty. They're immediately guilty. Yeah, that's what I said. It's shame. We're shaming them. We feel shame because we liked their music album, because we watched their movie, because we quoted their movie to our friends, because we bought the same shirt that we saw the Hollywood celebrity wearing. And then when they get in trouble, because humans are humans, then what happens is we go, oh no, I hate them. I never listened to them. And then you feel shame because you feel affiliated with them in some respect. But we're also shaming them. We're also throwing rocks at their houses. We're also in the town square. If you go back in the day, we're also going boo, boo, Nicole, boo. And
yeah,
before trial, nothing's even happened yet. We don't even know what happened.
But primally, I think it's a primal instinct, I think, that we tend to like, if we can point the finger at someone else, it's like, we're not getting no one's pointing a finger at me, so it's almost like a way of like kind of feeling like stronger or emboldened. Like what was it, Scarface, when it was like, someone wants to know who the bad guy is. They want to point a finger at the bad guy. I think that's what's happening when we get caught up in the drama of like the back and forth. Again, he said, she said. Yes, we have a website with some of the evidence, but this hasn't played out in a court of law, and we don't know everything. So.
Well, we just saw it a couple months ago with the boy the suspect in the healthcare shooting that they arrested. It would be similar. Everyone had a side. Oh, here's this, here's that. So again, we do this. We got to lock into our prompt. This is a make-believe prompt in our hypothetical class. Cool. Does the court of public opinion prevent justice? Thank you, Brianna. Yes.
What's this thing on this book that we clicked on?
Brenna. Sorry.
Chapter 5, the role of states, police, polarization, and populism. I mean, I'm like, okay, police. I mean, I guess that's the closest thing to a legal or law topic. if I'm again going to do the prompt on the bottom of the screen, so I'm going to click on that chapter and I'm just walking you through, hey, this is what it would look like if you wanted to access one of our ebooks for your research purposes. Okay, well, this is a book. It's a pretty big chapter, so I should have the ability to search within.
Oh,
say,
but really quickly though, you could see in that second word, I think Ross is still on the chat, but polarization in the United States of America is spelled with a Z. So now we're getting into different societies, and there may be different shaming and there may be different biases based on different societies. And in fact, when you look at the second sentence here, we're looking at the Dutch government. So you may want to keep this in mind. This may be not related to the United States of America, which I don't see in our topic sentence, but one is assuming that we're talking about this country, Nicole, and not worldwide. I don't know. I'd have to ask my professor, right?
Yeah, and you'd probably have to like pick, because if you're going to talk about like worldwide, you're going to have to include information from like different places around the world. You can't just, and I'm going to talk about you could say in Dutch society, but you'd want to pay attention to that. So Ross, did you find that article for the people?
Your mic's on mute.
I'm still working on it.
Okay.
Right.
You see, students, you see the librarian sweat and the effort that is put into answering the question. We do this all day.
And you could do it by yourself and probably eventually find it. But if you have Ross helping you, even though, you're
Nicole.
do it in real time, it's not taking 2 seconds, but he's probably going to find it within, I don't know, Ross, what do you say? Like 2 minutes? So yeah, bottom line. Thanks. That's perfect.
I was setting you up.
Yep. So yeah, that's what a librarian's for. Help you out. All right. So yeah, I would abandon this for this topic. I'd be like, yeah, I just X out. It's a separate tab. Go back to my results list and think about, again, answering the question. Does the court of public opinion prevent justice? Okay, I'm looking for things that might have to do with justice, trials.
Yeah, I think it's let's take a look at Brenna.
Whoa, 2002. The point on language in the prompt considers a question of justice by definition through the American court system. Okay. I mean, yeah, like you got to be specific about it. And if you're going to throw in information about the Dutch system, like, I
think it's more back on the does the court of public opinion. I think I would argue that the court of public opinion prevents a fair trial. Now, I don't know if necessarily justice comes out of this episode, but I definitely think that it hinders a fair trial. You only need one juror to cause a stink and to go in the opposite direction, and you can have a hung jury, and then the case is dismissed. That's anywhere. A mistrial, semantics. A mistrial, dismissed, anything. The person leaves the courthouse, and no shackles. However you want to say it. And so, yeah, I think it's more about the trial, but ultimately that would lead to the justice, and then the courtroom is the. But sometimes people get away.
Going deeper down into the hovering topic of justice. So no, I think that's a good point. Like that would make it more specific. This camera was expensive and it's not operating properly.
Well, sometimes the person could be not guilty by the court of law based on their peers. Mm-hmm. And then everyone goes, boo, there's no way. And then that guy walks out of the courtroom and gets hit by a car. So, I mean, there might be justice down the road. There may be karmic justice. Again, we're getting really philosophical here on this prompt, but I think I'd kind of massage it a little bit. Students, let me know in the chat. I'd probably do more on the fair trial. I think the court of public opinion dampens or waters down one's right to a fair trial. That's where I would go with it.
Okay.
There's the guy right now, Nicole. I just saw this morning, the guy from the Idaho. Do you remember that story? The sorority? Yeah, there's a large possibility that he gets released.
Oh, because of all the
because the lawyers and because the law and because the legalese and because the stuff, and these things happen. So where's the justice if that's what happened?
Trial. That camera in the courtroom source is like from 2002. So I don't know if I need a historical reference for this topic. I could. That might be a pocket source to pull out.
For sure.
If I need to like flesh out my paper a little further without introducing like some new information, but building on existing information. Anyway.
And now going back to that video you had where the guy was talking about 2007 and I don't know.
2007.
Yeah, and bloggers, and they were getting a little bit of thumbs down, but you guys realize the importance in 2025 of internet sleuths and true crime. A lot of these crimes are being wrapped up, and the folks are going to prison because of internet sleuths. So you really can't dismiss the blogger, the podcaster, the internet sleuth. And you can't really say they're an unreliable source because authority is constructed and contextual, right, Nicole?
Yes.
It changes and it moves around. So you don't necessarily need a PhD if you're able to go on there and say, hey, look, I found fingerprints or I found the phone records and that's the guy who did it. And that's the guy who did it. I think you're the expert in that case.
Well, actually, internet sleuths, like quote unquote, are actually mentioned in the amended lawsuit that Justin Baldoni filed.
Oh, you're so team Justin. So team Justin.
Based on the evidence I've seen so far. Okay. They reference internet sleuths found metadata that
right.
for like the images and the text that the New York Times published. They published an article and supposedly in collusion with Blake Lively to like basically set it up to convince the public and the court of public opinion that Justin Baldoni is a aggressive person in a certain manner. I'll just keep it to that short bit. Okay. Well, so internet sleuths found, oh look, if you look at the metadata, they literally created this image like in October and then suddenly like published an article. It's very convoluted. I can't explain it.
And this one's really messy too, because what's happening, Nicole, maybe we can put the prompt back on the screen. There are PR, public relations firms for both of these particular Hollywood celebrities or individuals, whatever we want to call them, who are actually purposefully and financially motivated to manipulate the public's opinion on the other. So meaning these people are both hiring PR firms to go attack the other person. So now our quote unquote court of public opinion is completely skewered. We're getting information from Baldoni's camp saying, don't talk to her, she mean. And then we're getting it from Lively's camp going, he mean, don't talk to him. Then we're getting the nightly news. Then we're getting the blogs and the newspapers and the Twitters and the TikToks and the tweets and the X's. We're getting all this stuff coming out of nowhere. Do you know any of these people, Nicole? I don't.
No, but
I don't know any of the stuff. I don't know what's going on. So we're getting all this information saying they're bad and they're good. And then the other guy's saying she's bad, she's good. He's good, but she's bad. He bad, she's good. I'm confusing myself. So the court of public opinion can be very much swayed. And it only takes one juror, because this will go to trial, or it'll settle out beforehand. Someone will give somebody else a lot of money, and it'll go to trial, and somebody will say, I'm the standout. I don't want to... Look at me. I'm the weird juror. No, right?
And if nobody was talking about it in the media, they probably would have already settled or something, or they wouldn't have even sued each other. Again, this camera is driving me nuts. Ross, did you find the article?
No, he's locked in. He can't even come back on the show, Nicole. This is... Oh! I think we're getting his energy. I think he said he's getting it.
Your mic isn't even working.
It's not even working. He is locked in. This is a librarian in progress, everyone. Look.
Because when
We're
Ross
watching
goes,
the fish swim in the aquarium. We're watching him go. Go, Ross, go.
All right. Cool. I think a few people are here that need some FYE credit, Jason.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, why don't we provide a link, Nicole? That's the way that works. Go ahead and click the link once, students. This will be in Raider Connect.
Because I don't do it, Jason, you do it. So thank you again for providing that service to our faithful viewers.
No problem, Nicole.
Awesome. And I've got a little, anyway.
Go ahead and click the link once. If we're going to wrap everything back up, you really want to make sure that you're exploring your research topic. And most of the times you get a green light and a gift to explore your own topic. But on Research Rally, we like to kind of come up with hypotheticals. And it really is more of a difficult and challenging one. Because as I mentioned, and you mentioned but numerous times, we're getting bombarded with new information all the time naturally. But this particular case, people, big mega public relations firms are being hired on both sides of these two to go against and to say they're wrong, she's wrong, he's wrong. So I can't even make my own public opinion. That's what I'm trying to get at. Somebody's automatically telling me Coke, no Pepsi, Coke, Coke. I'm like, I don't know which one I like. I think I like Sprite. I think I like the one in the middle. So that's a problem. And would they do that? The Hollywood elite, they do that, and they spend a lot of money because they're trying to sway your opinion. So we don't even know what the public opinion is. I would put most of that in my paper. I would try to make that a little bit more cohesive, but I would put that in my paper. The problem is public opinion. It's being manipulated by these other folks. So we're never going to get the real story. And no matter who wins, is there going to be justice there, Nicole? That's part of your prompt.
I think that would be part of the argument. Like, you could argue yes, justice, or no. Even if someone wins the case.
So is someone going to prison?
Life was, the whole trajectory of their life was railroaded, or...
Oh, then it's money. Then it's just money. Is someone going to prison? Then there's justice. Is someone guilty of a crime? I mean, this is lawyer stuff.
Prison or pay money for there to be justice. I feel like Justin Baldoni putting all this evidence on a website that's publicly available is his way of like trying to get justice, because even if he loses the case, everyone will still know that and have seen these cringy texts. Honestly, it comes down to cringy stuff. Okay, I don't recommend reading it. That's why I'm trying to crawl out of this rabbit hole. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, librarians, we are here to assist you with research citations and information needs. Guys, there's no question too big, no question too small, no question too weird. We want to hear it all. We can save you time and save you stress. So why haven't we heard from you yet? You can make a research appointment or use 24/7 library chat, or hop into the library and ask for a librarian. And by the way, if you like hanging out with librarians, you know, we're cool. If you like us at all, even like a little tiny bit, like, share, and subscribe. How about that? It'll help us out to reach the wider internet, you know, where everybody is all over the world. And thanks. And we'll be back next week researching another topic. So,
outro. Oh, Ross, right? You still there? Ross, you found it? Did you find it, Ross? We're wrapping it up. Oh man, okay, he pieced us out. He gave us a. You guys got to go. We got to. He's trying to get the nitty gritty. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
You want me to play the outro, Jason?